I don't know where steam goes, but I'm certain that it's mist. What do you call the wife of a hippie? Mississippi. Show me a piano falling down a mine shaft, and I'll show you A flat minor. Did you hear about the guy whose whole left side was cut off? He's all right now. You've probably been wondering, why don't ants get sick? Well, it's because they have tiny antibodies. If I had said I have a beard and a full head of hair, you could clearly call me a bald-faced liar. I threw a boomerang a couple of years ago. Now I live in constant fear. Sure, I may drink brake fluid, but I can stop at any time. So I saw an ad for burial plots. I thought, that's the last thing I need. You know how to burn 3,000 calories while taking a nap? Leave the brownies in the oven. Did you hear about the crook who stole a calendar? He got 12 months. I went to buy some camo pants. I couldn't see a single pair. Although dogs may be awesome emotional support animals, they cannot operate an MRI. Only cats can. As far as cheesy jokes go, they don't get much cheddar than this. Did you hear about the cheese factory that exploded? It was not your typical explosion. Debris was all over the place. It was not a good situation, and many people are feeling kind of blue about it. If you made it all the way through this joke without rolling your eyes, you did great. You know why there's no gambling in Africa? There's simply too many cheetahs. So I put the freezer next to the refrigerator. Now they're just chilling. 6:30. Best time on the clock, hands down. Each morning, I shave in a car's passenger side mirror. That way, I get a closer shave than it actually appears. So my wife and I, we always laugh about how competitive we are. But I laugh just a little bit more. So I've got a phobia of over-engineered buildings. I guess you could say it's a complex. So why was the baby ant confused? Because all of his uncles were also ants. 3 conspiracy theorists walk into a bar. You can't tell me that's coincidence. Don't interrupt anybody when they're intently working on a puzzle. Chances are you'll hear some cross words. You know, a lot of people cry when they cut onions. The trick is not to form an emotional bond. I woke up this morning and I forgot which side the sun rises on. And then it dawned on me. Someone came in and stole all our lamps. And honestly, we're delighted. Oh. The best time to see your dentist? 2:30. I just found the worst page in the dictionary. What I saw was disgraceful, dishonest, disgusting, and disingenuous. A police officer just knocked on my door and told me that my dogs were chasing people on bikes. I thought that's ridiculous. My dogs don't even own bikes. Actually, I don't even own a dog. So why do we park on driveways and drive on parkways? And why do they call apartments when they're really all together? And why, if we're not supposed to eat at night, do they put lights in the refrigerator? So which country's capital has the fastest growing population? It's Ireland. It's Dublin every minute of every day. Yesterday, I swallowed some food coloring, and the doctor says I'll be fine, but honestly, I feel like I died a little inside. So my uncle's driving down the road after getting gas in his car, and evidently got some gas on the sleeve. He lights a cigarette and his arm catches on fire, and he's having to fight that while he's trying to drive. A policeman pulls over and actually gives him a ticket, unlawful use of a firearm. I can't believe this. My wife told me to stop impersonating flamingos. I had to put my foot down. I wondered why the frisbee was getting bigger, and then it hit me. Glass coffins? You think they'll ever really be a success? Remains to be seen. Hey, I picked up this great book on the history of glue. The only problem is, now I can't put it down. Don't crush the grapes. They'll let out a little wine. Did you hear about that wreck out on the highway? It was terrible. There was a semi-truck. It was carrying wigs. It crashed. Wigs went all over the road. Wigs, extensions, weaves, all over the road. I mean, it was a near brush with death. The police had to comb the area. It was a hair-raising experience. Do you know how priests make holy water? They take the water and boil the hockey sticks out of it.
It was utterly despicable. A man just assaults me with milk and butter and cream. How dare he? I'm a little sour.
Actually, I'm okay. I was just milking it. What's the difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know. And I don't care. If you be making Irish bean soup, use only 239 beans. If you use one more, it should be 240. Did you hear about the Italian chef who died? He just ran out of time and passed away. I guess you could say he's here today and gone tomorrow. So what do you call two octopi that look the same? Or is it octopuses? I think it's octopi. What do you call two octopi that look the same? Identical. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't call anybody average, because that's just mean. The last thing I hope to say before I kick the bucket is, how far do you think I can kick this bucket? Did you hear about the kidnapping at the elementary school? It's okay now. He woke up. If you've been diagnosed with kleptomania, you should probably take something for that. Did you know koala bears really aren't bears at all? They lack the qualifications. So light travels faster than sound, and that's why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. Never trust an atom. They make up everything. So glad when somebody explained the word many to me. I mean, it really means a lot. Did you hear about the guy who drove his car right into a tree? Now he knows how a Mercedes bends. So do you know what washes up on tiny beaches? Microwaves. Hey, I just found a rock that measures 1,760 yards. It's got to be some kind of milestone. Hey, I'm just saying, becoming a vegetarian is a big mistake. If you're ever attacked by a mob of clowns, go for the juggler. Well, last night I had a dream I was a muffler. And this morning I woke up exhausted. A book just fell on my head. I guess I only have myself to blame. Some clown opened the door for me this morning, and I thought to myself, you know, that's a nice gesture. You know why they didn't play cards on Noah's Ark? Because Noah was always sitting on the deck. If we ever live on the moon and we have restaurants, I bet there's no atmosphere. It sure takes guts to be an organ donor. You ever wonder what the fastest liquid in the world is? It's milk. It's pasteurized before you even know it. So you know why the farmer named his pig Ink? Because it kept running out of his pen. So I've got this great joke about pizza. I mean, you're absolutely going to love this joke about pizza. Never mind. It's a little too cheesy. Did you guys hear about the man who was admitted to the hospital with 8 plastic horses in his stomach? Currently his condition is stable. You know why you can't hear a pterodactyl using the bathroom? Because the P is silent. Hey, be careful. If you refuse to take a nap, you are clearly resisting arrest. So where are average things manufactured? The Satisfactory, of course. So why did the Scarecrow get a promotion? Clearly, because he was outstanding in his field. Well, I think it's time to do it. It's time to sell the vacuum. And that thing is just collecting dust. Did you hear about the race between the 2 silkworms? It ended in a tie. Sleeping comes so naturally to me, I can do it with my eyes closed. So if a really short psychic was to break out of jail, would they report that as a small medium at large? When people say they love the smell of books, I kind of wonder, do they even know how reading works? I used to be addicted to soap, but I'm all clean now. Did you hear about the guy who got hit in the head with a can of soda? Well, luckily it was only a soft drink. But I don't care how hard you push the envelope. It's always still going to be stationary. I don't know what the best thing about Switzerland is, but their flag is a big plus. Want to hear a joke about paper? Nah, probably not. It's terrible. The past, the present, and the future walk into a bar. Things got tense. Do you know what you get if you mix alcohol with literature? Tequila Mockingbird. I own the world's worst thesaurus. Not only is it awful, it's awful. I dropped my watch in Fleet Up. Now it lost all its ticks. A guy goes to see a psychiatrist. He walks in, he says, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam. The doctor says, stop, stop, stop. You're too tense. So I've got this song about tortillas. It's actually probably, yeah, definitely. It's more of a rap. Somebody tried to annoy me with bird puns, but two can play at that game. Did you hear about the world tongue twister champion? Just got arrested. I heard they're going to give him a real tough sentence. So if you stump your toe so bad that you need to go to the hospital, do you call an ambulance or a tow truck? A train just went by. It left its tracks. I've got a tip for you. Don't ever buy shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what these things are laced with, but I've been tripping all day. If a train carrying terrapins was to run into a truck carrying tortoises, that would be a turtle disaster. I've got a lot of practice at making mistakes. I took the time to invent the ultimate tool, a pencil with 2 erasers. But it's pointless. Everybody's got to love whiteboards. I mean, they're remarkable. I think the conflict that happened in the Wild West could have easily been avoided had architects only made their towns big enough for everyone. Jokes about German sausage, they're the worst. I've got this great joke about time travel, but you didn't like it. Did you hear about the Spanish-speaking magician? He was doing a magic trick and he went, uno, dos! And he disappeared without a trace.